What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as promised, it's been long awaited, but it's finally here. I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow look with this Soft Glam Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. It's obviously what I have on my eyes right now. I really love this palette. Spoiler alert, you don't even have to watch the video to know that I love this palette. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, what I think about the palette, then just keep on watching. I already have my face makeup on because I'm filming another video, and I'm gonna take you guys through a eyeshadow look using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on it. I have used it already multiple times, and I will say I like it. I'm a fan of it. And this palette is supposed to be the exact same formula as the Modern Renaissance palette, which I personally don't have and I've never tried. The only thing I will say is that there are a lot of shades in here that they sell individually. So if you do have those shades, for example, orange soda, I think burnt orange, sienna, and noir, those are all single eyeshadows that you can purchase. I don't know if any of the other ones are, but I know I've heard of the other ones. So if you have those already and they're single form, this might not be a palette that you would be interested in, just because so many of these shades are already single shadows. I have sienna and I have noir in single shadow, but it is nice in my opinion to have everything in one palette that you can reach for, and I don't have to reach into another palette for those shades. So that being said, I also wanted to talk about one shade in here in particular. It's called Sultry, and it's this like glitter burgundy toned shade. In the palette, it looks absolutely stunning. It looks like it's got a lot going on. It looks like it has chunky glitters in it, but then when you swatch it, it's very not what I was expecting. It looks a lot more brown when you swatch it than it does look burgundy in the palette. So I feel like that is the only shade that I'm not impressed with. I mean, as you can see in the palette, it just looks a lot more like it's got chunky glitter. It looks more appealing, and when you swatch it, it just looks like a dud in my opinion. I don't know, I'm not really into that shade. The other shades are completely fine. I think the rose pink, the bronze, glistening, and fairy, those are all really unique and really pretty shades when they're swatched. It's just that one shade that I'm not a fan of. But in Anastasia's defense, this is supposed to be a soft glam palette. It's not supposed to be so over the top. So in that case, I can't really knock it too hard for that eyeshadow. So yeah, those are basically all my thoughts. I think I'm just gonna get into putting some eyeshadow on now. So the palette retails for $42, I believe, which is standard for all of their palettes. You get 14 shades. You get a eyeshadow brush, which I do use sometimes, so I do get some use out of this. A lot of people don't like it, but personal preference really. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by going in with orange soda here with a Morphe E27. I'm gonna run that through the transition area of my eye. I already have my lids primed with my concealer and some powder. I've always wanted these shadows, a lot of the ones that are in here. So like I said, I have sienna and I have noir, and I'm a huge fan of them. I think they're great shadows, but like some of these other ones, the orange ones, I've wanted for a while now. So I'm glad that they're in this palette. Okay, so now that that color is down, I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M513, and I'm going to take the shade Burnt Orange, which is right below Orange Soda. It's not as orange as Orange Soda. It's got a little bit more brown in it, but it's going to just add some more dimension to the shade that we've already placed on our eyelids. By the way, the winner of these products was Kara. So congratulations to Kara. I really hope you enjoy these products. I know that I'm filming this on a Tuesday. You should be getting your package by Thursday or Friday, and I'd really love to see you recreate the look that I'm doing now. I think that'd be really cool. So if you want to recreate it, please tag me. I would love to see it and check it out. I think that'd be really cool. So now I'm just gonna go back in with the E27 and blend up on top. Then I'm gonna go in with Rustic, which is a lighter brown. I was gonna go a more orange route, but I feel like I always use orange, so I'm gonna go with Rustic. This is going on a M576, and I'm just going to run that over what we've already done. Every time I've used this palette, I've done something different. I love that it's just so easy for everyday wear because there's a lot of browns and neutral colors in here that anybody can use on an everyday basis. I feel like there's no crazy colors. It's not like the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. You'll definitely get a lot of use out of this if you pick it up. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M433. This is a really good outer corner brush, and I'm gonna go in with the same shade, Rustic, just to build the color on this outer corner. So I have like this patch on my left eyelid that just like is so difficult to put pigment on. So for myself, because I can't seem to figure that out, I'm gonna go in with a smaller detail brush. This is an E36, and I'm gonna use the same color that we're using, the Rustic shade, and just go in and place it on my lid and then blend it out with a bigger brush. This is just going to help for my skin, at least on my eyelid, to get color in here, because for some reason the bigger brushes just skip over this area on my eyelid. My eyelids are so dry, you guys. I mentioned this in my last video, especially this eye, and it's so frustrating. Like, I haven't been wanting to do eyeshadow because I don't know how to make it look better. If you guys have any recommendations for how I can fix this situation, definitely let me know in the comments below, because I'm so frustrated. I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M506. This is a little pointer. Can you focus on me, please? Thank you. Pointing blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with Cypress Umber, which is almost the darkest shade in this palette. This is like a really deep brown, almost got like some purple vibes in there. And I'm gonna run that close to the outer corner, close to the lash line. And now I'm just going to take a step back and see where I need to bring things up or how I can even them out. So as you can see, this eyelid droops down a little bit more than this one does. So I need to bring up this outer shading a little higher just so that it's the same on both sides. So I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe M513. No additional product on here. I'm just going to start blending upwards so that it extends a little bit higher and looks similar to our other eye. Now I'm gonna go back in with the same brush that we just used right now, and I'm gonna take a little bit of burnt orange, which was this shade here, and bring that on the outer edges just to bring some color back. And then the E27, our original brush that we started off with, I'm just going to blend on top of those edges so that there's no harsh lines. Going back and forth with the same brushes and blending things out. Now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take a synthetic haired brush. This is a Morphe Y18, and I'm gonna go back in with Cypress Umber, which was the darkest shade that we've used so far, and try to pack on more color on this side where I'm having a dry issue over here. I find that synthetic brushes over dry skin work so much better than trying to use a natural bristle brush. Natural bristles, in my opinion, just make things look a little bit more streaky. You have to work harder to blend things out. And I found that using more synthetic hair bristles are working better on my eyes, at least, with this dryness that I have going on. So that's why I'm adding that step in. If you are not having an issue with dry eyes right now, you don't even have to worry about that. Okay, so now before I start blending things on the inner corner, I'm going to add the shade Bronze, which is this more golden shade here. I'm gonna put that on the inner corners of the eyes. I'm just going to take my finger. This is a very pigmented shade. Here we go. And I'm gonna put that on the inner corners. So I'm gonna go in and blend all of this together on the outer edges, but I'm also going to add a little bit of Fairy, which is a lighter golden shade in the palette, and I'm gonna add that closer to the inner corners. I think I'm gonna take a brush for that, just so that it's a little more precise. I'm going to take a Morphe Y22. It's like a little pencil brush. And I'm going to take Fairy and just add that to the inner corners. You guys, there's a lot of fallout with that bronze shade. I have a ton of fallout right here. Just a warning. The Fairy shade, the lighter golden shade, is really pretty on the inner corners. I'm gonna go in with my Y11 and sweep away the fallout. Okay, so that dusts away really easily. Nothing to worry about there. Now I'm gonna go in with the M433. I'm gonna go in with Rustic to blend these two together in the center here. I accidentally took this a little too far out on this side. I've got too much shimmer going on the outer corner. Back in with the Y18, I'm just taking Cypress Umber. And I'm gonna repack that onto the outer corner. Since I went a little too far with the shimmer shade, this is just gonna help cover it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna take the M506 and I'm gonna first start off with the shade Rustic, which was the brown shade that we've been using. And I'm gonna drag that shade in so that there's more of a gradient here. And then we'll go in with the darker shade, but it's always best to start lighter. So my camera cut off, I don't know where it cut off, but I was taking the M506 and the shade Rustic in the palette and just dragging it into the inner corners a little bit more now that we have the shimmer down. And now I'm gonna go in with a M513, no additional product, and just blend out the edges one more time. I shouldn't say one more time because I don't know how many more times I'm gonna be doing this. But I'm just blending things out so that it's not harsh. I'm gonna take a little bit of burnt orange with orange soda, which were the two lightest shades that we started off with, and just lightly dust those into or on top of the eyeshadow. I'm gonna take a flat shader brush. This is a Sigma F70. And I'm gonna go back in with bronze, tap off the excess because there is a lot of fallout with this shade, and just reapply closer to the lash line for anything that we might have lost. I'm actually gonna wet this with some Fix Plus, so hopefully it will tone down the fallout a little bit. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the M506 and blend a little bit more. All right, so there's the top part of the eyes. I'm gonna zoom you guys out now. And now, let's see. I'm going to, my hair is a mess. I'm gonna line with, ooh, grabbed it on the first try, Marc Jacobs Rococo eyeliner. Absolutely love this. I'm gonna go ahead and tight line and waterline with this. Okay, and then I did drag it down a little bit on the outer corner lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and take a Morphe E43. This is a flat definer brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Cypress Umber, which was the darker shade that we put on the outer corners. I'm gonna get really close to the lash line on the outer corners with this shade. Just on the outer corners though, because I want this to look a little more, I guess, like sultry. So I'm gonna keep this on the outer edges. And then I'm gonna go in with an E36 and take Rustic and sort of blend this out and bring Rustic into the inner portion of the eyes. Now I'm gonna take the shade Tempera, which is the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm gonna use that to highlight my brow bone. This is a Morphe M213, by the way, what I always use for my brow bone. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyebrows since we're done messing around with the eyes, taking the clear brow gel by Anastasia. And then I'm gonna take the brunette tinted brow gel. And now I'm just going to put some mascara, falsies on, and then I will be back to finish off this video. All right, guys, so that completes the makeup look today. Overall, my thoughts on this palette, I really like it. I think it's a great everyday neutral palette. If you're interested in it, I would say, why not? You're gonna get a lot of use out of this. It's not like there's any crazy colors in here. These are definitely colors that you can reach for every single day. The only reason I would say it might not be worth your money is if you already have a lot of these shades in your collection. I mean, there's kind of no point in having multiples. I mean, unless you're a makeup artist and you reach for the shades a lot, I think then it makes sense to purchase it. Those are my thoughts on the palette. I really enjoy it. I think everything blends amazingly. The only problem I had with fallout was from that gold shade, and I was actually able to just easily wipe it away without messing up my makeup that was already on my face. So I think it's a really great palette. I really like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to be picking it up, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so you can see all of my future videos, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!